Music publishing is the exploitation of intangible property. What this means is music publishers own music, but let others take the risk of selling the physical goods, i.e., printing the records, making the movies and television shows, or marketing. The money in music publishing comes from licenses, not from any physical product. The first step in music publishing is to establish a catalog of songs by acquiring copyrights. You first will search out and sign songwriters. These songwriters can be unknown people in the industry, or if you're an already established music publisher, they could be bigger name songwriters. Publishers will sign these songwriters in order to gain their copyrights to all their future songs. If the songwriter already has some popularity, usually an advance will be needed in order to negotiate the songwriter into signing. This advance will usually be a prepayment of royalties. The term length for these deals are decided in the negotiations and can vary. Instead of signing songwriters, though, music publishers can also instead buy an already made catalog. This can be from another publishing company that's going out of business or needs some money, or it can be from an established writer who hasn't signed with a published company yet. In the second case, a pretty large advance will be needed since the songwriter has already proved themselves through their popularity. When discussing a catalog of songs, it is important to discuss what qualifies as a song. The general rule of thumb is that the melody and the lyrics is what makes up the song. In a legal case, the reasonable person test can be used, which means could a normal member of society identify the song if you think the copyright is being infringed on. When signing these songwriters, the most common type of writer-publisher deal is called the standard deal. In this case, the ownership of the song is transferred completely to the publisher, so they own 100% of the song and its copyrights. For the income, however, though, it'll be split 50-50 between the publisher and the songwriter. And finally, the admin rights would also be given to the publisher. This is so that they are the only ones that can make deals because they don't want songwriters making deals on their own. This isn't the only type of deal, though. For example, a writer-owned deal is when the writer would keep all ownership and the admin rights. This is a pretty common type of deal for admin publishers. In admin publishing, no copyright is ever given to the publisher. This is mainly for a few reasons. Either the deal is between a big-name songwriter and a big-name publisher, or the exact opposite, and is between a small-name publisher and a small-name artist. Admin-only publishing is starting to take off more and more, with Cobalt Music Group at the forefront. Cobalt Music Group is currently the third biggest publishing company. After acquiring a catalog of songs, the publisher now must make deals. They do this through what is called song plugging or exploitation. What this entails is the publishers seek out licenses. This means trying to find people who want to use their song. Usually these consist of other forms of media such as TV, film, video games, and advertisements. Or this could also be pitching your songs to artists who would then record their own version of it after negotiating a license. This is where income is made. The biggest source of income for publishing companies is performance royalties and licenses. After that, it depends on the publisher, but they can make about equal money through mechanical licenses or sync licenses. Performance royalties are the royalties the writer and publisher receives for performances of their song. These include both live performances and broadcast performances. The two organizations that control these types of royalties are the ASCAP and BMI. Sync licenses are when someone wants to use one of your songs in your catalog for their media source. The income for this can range from about $10K to $60K depending on the media source, with video games being the least and films being the most, and TV sitting in the middle at about $30K per deal. The most common sync license is a buyout, where they just negotiate a one-time deal for the song's use. In order for sync licenses to be an option, the song has to be easy to clear. A song is harder to clear if the songwriter is too popular to get a hold of, if the song isn't mainstream enough, or it's too explicit, or there are too many co-owners of the admin rights. Mechanical licenses, on the other hand, cover grand licenses, sample uses, print licenses, lyric sites, and also records. A grand license is for any dramatic work such as a Broadway musical or opera. A sample use is when an artist wants to use part of your song in their own song. These are treated as a new derivative of the original song. When a sample is used, more co-writers will be added to the new song. A print license is for sheet music, which usually the publisher will receive about 10-12% of the sheet music's price. Lyric sites are for websites such as Google or Genius that want to display lyrics for your song publicly. Usually as a publisher, you receive a percentage of ad revenue. Records mean any form of song recording in audio form, so videos such as YouTube do not count for these. The rates are controlled by the Copyright Royalty Board, and at their current rate is about 9.1 cents if greater than 5 minutes is streamed, or 1.75 cents per minute if 5 minutes is not reached.